Great. Another low-budget foreign flick that didn't even make it past the VCR era. Oh well, at least I got a sponsor for this video. Thanks, Squarespace. That's right, Squarespace. The best way to make your own website to help launch that new business you've always wanted, or just show off what you're into. If you're someone who's into photography, blogging, cooking, or maybe you want to talk about weird movies like me, it doesn't really matter. You can build a website with Squarespace's easy-to-use design tools. They have a ton of different templates available, and they even let you sort by what you do. Whether it's something artistic or related to sales, Squarespace has you covered. They also have a ton of other helpful features like site analytics, password-protected members-only pages, and finance and marketing tools. So if you're interested in joining the thousands of other people who've used Squarespace to make their dreams a reality, just go to squarespace.com/BrandonTenold and sign up for your free trial. Then when your site's looking good and ready for launch, use the promo code BrandonTenold for 10% off your first purchase. Alright, let's get into it. Well, I haven't done a Caveman movie in a while. I think the last one I did was when dinosaurs ruled the earth, and that was back in 2017. But the one I'm going to talk about today isn't just any caveman flick, it's a Korean caveman flick, which means it can join the likes of Korean Tron, Korean Wonder Woman, and Korean Batman. In other words, expect bootleg video quality and probably some fake subtitles. TYRANNO'S is a South Korean caveman film from director Hyung-rae Shim, who's best known for making Dragon Wars and Reptilian, which I also made a video on a few years ago. And in case anyone needs a refresher on what that movie was like...
You're my creation! I made you!
Now this one doesn't have any terrible CGI, but... yeah, other than that, it's pretty much on the same level. And just like how Reptilian came out a year after the 1998 Godzilla, this one was released a year after Jurassic Park. But instead of a theme park, this one's more of your standard dinosaurs versus cavemen type movie, to the point where that's actually one of the alternate titles. Think of it like a Korean version of something like 1 million years BC or When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, just without the stop motion effects. There also hasn't been an official high-def release, at least in the West anyway, so you'll have to excuse the basement snuff film video quality, but the movie is available to watch on YouTube if you want. I'm kinda glad movies like this exist. There were cavemen all over the world. Why not in Korea? Of course, none of them would have interacted with dinosaurs, but if I'm watching a caveman movie, I want some dinosaurs, damn it. Speaking of which, Jesus, I was kinda hoping the dinosaur effects would be a little better than this. What, they couldn't glue some fins to an iguana like an old 50s movie? Well, by the looks of things, I see not only has fire been invented, but so has stock footage lightning. Unfortunately, when trying to do the YMCA dance, they only got as far as the Y. They hadn't thought of the other letters yet. This tribe of cavemen is preparing a human sacrifice, and the movie's called Tyranno's Claw, so let's see that T-Rex. Okay, as easy as it would be to make fun of these effects, I've seen worse. Honestly, I think the effects here are a lot better than the half-rendered CGI from Reptilian. The T-Rex in this movie almost looks good enough to be in a theme park ride, or maybe even a really good museum. Well, the human sacrifice was a success. That means this year's dirt crop is going to be bountiful. Hey, and they just invented slapstick. Alright, listen everybody, we blew most of our effects budget on the T-Rex, so just pretend this is a Stegosaurus, okay? And I have a feeling some animals were definitely harmed making this. Yeah, that's right. Now we're gonna make you squeal like Ned Beatty, motherfucker. So like a lot of these kinds of movies, there isn't really much of a plot to speak of here. It's mostly people wearing furs and speaking in unintelligible grunts. I think the guy in the funny hat is the tribal leader, which means he gets first dibs on the best cut of meat. Also, he really needs a dentist. And if taking the best meat wasn't bad enough, he also wastes food. Look, relax everybody. Throwing meat at a woman was actually how they initiated mating back then. Foreplay was a little different back then too. For example, they hadn't quite figured out second base yet. And in case anyone still didn't know, this is a Caveman movie. Oh, what do you know? Ooga booga is the same in Korean as it is in English. Alright, well, we spent most of the budget on the T-Rex. Might as well sacrifice another girl and show it off some more. At this point, even my copy of the movie is trying to switch to another channel. We finally get something resembling a plot when one of the cavemen rescues the girl from being sacrificed and runs off with her. And I think they run all the way onto the set of Turkish Star Wars. One thing's for sure, Korean Ega is pissed. Okay, we're 20 minutes in, and so far the only dinosaur we've seen is the T-Rex, so is this movie gonna have any other dinosaurs? Ugh, go back to the T-Rex. Oh, good. It took its own life. Nah, just kidding. It's still around. And even this guy seems to know this thing's gonna be annoying. See? I knew it. Hell yeah, I've always wanted to see Yoshi combined with Jar Jar Binks. Come on, babe. If we go this way, we might be able to kill some more screen time by running around in a cave. Good news, you got away from the bad tribe. Bad news, I think you just wandered into a Lucio Fulci movie. And they might have gone all the way to Japan? Oh, my mistake. It's actually some rodents of unusual size. Not only do they exist, but this one really wants to kick your ass. Well, looks like he's dead. Nah, just kidding, he gets away. By the way, I should point out that the lead caveman here is played by director Hyung-rae Shim himself. I don't really know what his character's name is, even IMDb doesn't say so. Considering he's the main character here, I'm a little surprised he wasn't in Reptilian. Unless he's the one who did the motion capture for the CGI monster. Oh, great, not this thing again. Where's the T-Rex? Oh, there it is. No, what are you doing? Don't go after these two. Eat that other dinosaur. By the way, remember when I said this movie came out the same year as Jurassic Park? Oh yeah, that was a real subtle movie. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. This movie already had a dinosaur sneezing on somebody. Even Jurassic Park wasn't above that. There's even a part where the T-Rex eats a goat, except this movie actually had the balls to use a real goat. However, this movie does have one thing that Jurassic Park didn't. That's right, exaggerated fart jokes. Alright, well you just invented crop dusting, might as well give them some crops. Meanwhile, while looking for food, these two stumble upon some extras from the movie Bigfoot. Why do I get the feeling one of these guys is gonna throw a bone into the air and it's gonna cut to a spaceship from Korean Tron? Once again, as easy as it would be to make fun of the makeup job on these guys, it's still not the worst I've seen on this channel. Anyway, as far as the plot goes, these two get separated and the bad tribe finds the girl, hits her on the head and carries her away like it's prehistoric double dragon. What the hell is her name, anyway? Oh. Okay, I guess that's her name. Even though the T-Rex looked a little better than I thought, they must have blown all their money on that one. Most of the other dinosaurs look one step above Baby Bop. Anyway, our main character saves a guy from drowning, so now we have this guy and... other guy. I don't know, like I said, none of the characters have names. But I'll tell you what this movie does have, more slapstick. Alright, I added that sound effect, but honestly, could you tell? And here's the perfect way to follow up some goofy humor with blood and murder. Now that this guy's been rescued, other guy's gonna take him back and introduce him to his family, then heal him by getting him high as shit with some cave ganja. Also, time for more dinosaurs.
Mocha, 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 mocha.
Alright, once again, even if this isn't the best, it's still a hell of a lot better than Reptilian. I can't help thinking, though, it must have gotten hot as hell for the two guys inside that suit. At the end of shooting, they must have came out of that thing like Ace Ventura. There's even a baby Triceratops, so they must have put some kids through that too. Alright, it's probably just one guy in there. Meanwhile, Cave Smurfette, or whatever her name is, gets brought back before the tribal chief. Alright, listen, bitch. You're gonna get sacrificed and you're gonna like it, damn it. But forget about that, we need to get back to some stuff that's not essential to the plot. You know the old saying, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, and you can kill more screen time with slapsticky bullshit. And did somebody say slapsticky bullshit? Yeah, I did just a second ago. Weren't you paying attention? Okay, that time I didn't add the wacky sound effect. Jeez, this movie makes Caveman look like a serious drama. Most of the humor is close to the level of something like Queen Kong. Other than the T-Rex, most of the dinosaur effects are about on the same level too. Instead of watching this goofy asshole, at this point I just want Doug McClure to come in and kick some dino ass. And then, right when I say that, the movie becomes surprisingly violent. Oh wow, you killed the babies too. Nice job, dude. Things take a turn for the worse when the bad tribe finds out where other guy lives and decides to murder his family. Oh man, they're burning his house down too? He just had his basement finished. Well, that does it. Time for this dino to break the Triceratop of her foot off in their asses. The tone of this movie is really weird. One minute there's a bunch of goofy slapstick and fart jokes, and then the next there's a surprising amount of violence and dino gore. They even include a mock heartfelt scene where the baby Triceratops mourns its parent like he's Littlefoot crying over his mom. Okay, you are not gonna tug on my heartstrings in a movie where a guy farts so loud he knocks people over. Oh hey look, the T-Rex is back. No figure, since the movie's technically named after him. What does it say that this is easily the best thing in the whole movie? I can picture this T-Rex in a Carnosaur sequel, or maybe a toy I would have played with as a kid. Okay, I guess that part's over. Is there a scene missing or something? In fact, you know what? There's a few weird edits in this movie. Alright, this movie may be Korean, but I'm pretty sure they imported the editor straight from Turkey. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if this happened. You know, with all the movie crossovers happening right now, they really should have Turkish Spider-Man fight Korean Batman. Okay, you got your cave girlfriend back and there's about 10 minutes left. Now it's time to take out funny hat tribal leader guy and show who's really the king of the cave. And they're gonna settle this the way real cavemen do, with hand-to-hand combat. Actually, you know what? Screw it. This is a bad idea. Just shoot him with an arrow. There, see? That's what you should have done in the first place. Unfortunately, it's not enough to make this guy go down. Oh no, getting shot with 2 arrows! My one weakness! But wait, we can't end the movie just yet. You still gotta take care of that damn T-Rex. But just how the hell is he gonna do that? Okay, that was a little anticlimactic. Nah, just kidding. We get a bit more of a final battle than that. Funny I mentioned Carnosaur earlier since this ends kinda similar to those movies. Unfortunately for this guy, there's no construction equipment around for him to fight the T-Rex with. Ah well, let's just end this thing like Tremors. Can you fly, sucker? And they all lived happily ever after. At least until Hyung-rae Shim's next movie, and yeah, I'm trying to find a decent copy of that one, don't worry. So that's Tyranno's Claw, and if you want to know how this one stacks up against Reptilian, this one doesn't have any shitty CGI in it, so it's got that going for it, I guess. There's really not much to say here. One of the alternate titles is Dinosaurs vs. Cavemen, and it does have Dinosaurs vs. Cavemen, so I can't really fault it for false advertising. Combined with the fact that there's no dialogue, the tonal whiplash of the movie going from silly humor to surprisingly bloody violence, sometimes within the same scene, makes this a pretty weird watch. Even though it's technically not a knockoff, I'd still put this in the same category as stuff like the Turkish movies or the other Korean ripoffs I've done in this channel. So just pretend this one's called Korean 1 million years BC or something like that. And if that sounds appealing to you, hey, like I said, it's free to watch on YouTube. Well, it's all for now, and for my next video, instead of doing something Christmas related, I think it's about time for the return of an old friend. Until next time,